Good Morning Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast, and indeed Aurora weather. As always, the weather comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here locally on Good Morning Aurora. Now, let's not get crazy. Part one. Today, daytime high of 91 degrees with a daytime low of 85 degrees. We talked about this yesterday, including the barbecue that you may make. Save me a plate. This evening, 71 degrees for the nighttime high, 66 degrees for the nighttime low. And this evening is when the thunderstorms and rain starts. Now, as we get into tomorrow, take a look at that. 91 degrees as well for the daytime high, 87 degrees for the daytime low tomorrow. The thunderstorms continue. They also continue into tomorrow night. Look at that. 66 degrees for the nighttime high Thursday night, 60 degrees for the nighttime low as well. Those conditions seem to cease and dissipate. Take a look at Friday. 85 degrees for the daytime high, 77 degrees for the daytime low, an overwhelmingly beautiful and sunny day on Friday with no clouds predicted. Friday night, 60 degrees for the nighttime high, 56 degrees for the nighttime low, a clear night on Friday. That clear Friday night transitions us into what looks like a relatively nice and beautiful Saturday. 85 degrees for the daytime high, 79 degrees for the daytime low. A little bit of clouds on Saturday during the daytime. They follow us into the evening as well. Take a look at Saturday night, 68 degrees for the nighttime high, 63 degrees for the nighttime low. Now, check out Sunday, 95 degrees for the daytime high, 90 degrees for the low. A little bit of clouds on Sunday, but not too much. And then Sunday night, it appears that we can expect a little bit more thunderstorm activity with a nighttime high of 74 degrees, a nighttime low of 69 degrees. Let's recap. All right, today, 91 for the daytime high, 85 degrees for the low. Tomorrow, don't forget, storms coming. 91 degrees for the high, 87 degrees for the daytime low. Friday, 85 degrees for the daytime high, 77 for the low. And Saturday, 85 for the high, 79 for the low. And Sunday, 95 for the daytime high and 90 degrees for the daytime low. That is your weather here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a great show for you guys today. My guests are members of the Aurora African American Heritage Advisory Board. Let's do it. Morning Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:04 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a interesting and great lineup today. 2 new guests plus 1 recurring guests. They are the members of the Aurora African American Heritage Advisory Board, Mr. Will Whitfield, Sandra Harrison, and Curtis. What's your last name? Wilson. Curtis Wilson. We should know that because Mr. Wilson was recently showered with accolades because he is Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Okay, so we're here to talk about the board and let those who may be unfamiliar with it know all about it, and we'll get to know you guys as well. So we'll start off with you, Will. Tell us about the Aurora African American Heritage Advisory Board, how long it's been around, and your involvement.
My role with the board is the chair. I currently serve as the chair of the African American Heritage Advisory Board. Our goal is to empower and be the voice, if you will, for the Black community by engagement, empowerment, and community support. So we've done things that we feel have impacted the community. One of those things specifically is the Black Business Tour. Our board got together and we went and visited Black businesses downtown Aurora on one of the first Fridays. So that's just a little bit, but we got a lot more coming, and we're excited about it. In fact, one of our events is happening tomorrow. We'll speak of that here soon. Okay,
all right. And then we've got the Juneteenth festival coming up. Now, is that under you guys' umbrella?
It'll fall under our umbrella just because we're one of the 3 culture boards, and that's Black culture. So
all right,
we'll be there.
Get ready for that. I'll be there too. Meet me there. Don't beat me there. All right. Sandra, tell us about your involvement on the board.
I am on my second run.
Okay.
My second year. I was inducted the first time just pre-pandemic.
Okay.
And then I was part of that whole sunset on the board, so I'm back and excited to be here. One of the cultural boards, so I'm always excited to represent.
Great. Absolutely. Yeah. Curtis.
Yes, sir. One of the newer members. So I started approximately a year ago, and one of the joys I have is to see the partnership from African American business owners, professionals coming together to support our community in a way where we lift one another up. So that's one of the positives as a new member, just seeing how positively the board has impacted our community. So I'm grateful to be a part.
And how many members are on the board currently?
We currently have 17, I believe.
17.
Okay.
We're
All right.
17.
And each has a 2 or 3 year term?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Now, are you guys currently looking for new members?
Currently, all of our spots are filled.
Okay.
But we're always looking for those that can come and help support in different capacities.
Right.
Okay.
So
all right.
we don't necessarily need a title to come.
Right.
Exactly.
Be a part of the mission.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
it's like many other things in life, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If you have the heart to serve and give back, there's always a place for you. There's always something that you can be doing. Now, what have been the flagship events that the board has done? Because there's been some that have been around for years now, and people may have been familiar with the event, but not necessarily the AAAHAB board.
Sandra, you want to say?
He wants me. I think, wow, there have been so many things that we have been involved in. This board likes to get into the community and represent, right? However, last year, as you know, we kicked off for the first time a Black pageant for our young people, right? Mr. and Miss Aurora. We had young people come out and represent by just demonstrating how they felt about being impactful in their community, how they felt about just what they like to do, fun and engaging for their community. But these were young people that decided to use their voice and represent the community on behalf of all young people.
Right.
And so this year we're gearing up tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, if you don't have your tickets already, to crown our newest members.
Right.
We are crowning 4 people this year instead of 2, so we're really excited about that.
Congratulations for that. And now those flyers and all those events are on Facebook, and encourage
Yes,
anybody
they
to
are.
go to the Facebook
Absolutely.
page of the Aurora African American Heritage Advisory Board. Hit the follow button and check out and participate in what's going on. And I want to say good morning to Alvin Soto. Good morning, dear brother. He's in the chat right now. Stacy Cardona as well. Tracy Duran, Gabe Patterson, and Luz, Jen, Tracy, Daniel Calderon.
Hey, guys.
So many people are here. And Stacy, good morning again to you. Thank you guys for joining us. So let's talk about the community at the moment. What is the? You guys give your opinions. We'll start with you, Curtis. What's the state? Let's give a checkup on the community. What's the state of our businesses and our community currently in the city of Aurora?
That's a really good question. Since I've been in Aurora and then also since I've joined the board, I've seen the ebbing and flowing of businesses coming into the community overall, as well as Black-owned businesses. So I'll start with, for example, the pandemic period, which was very challenging for the entire world, for us as well. And we lost quite a few African-American businesses. There was Granny B's, which was a very popular soul food spot. And then there were others, again, restaurants that just, they couldn't survive that time period.
Right.
But thankfully, with the mayor's economic development team, we've seen a rejuvenation from the Cottonseed Collaborative or the Creative to the various new businesses that are downtown. Again, as spoken to by our brother Will, or the Black Tour, we're seeing a revitalization of businesses, particularly African-American led, managed, owned businesses. And that's exciting. Aside from that, I also believe that we are seeing a resurgence in community and engagement, particularly around events like the pageant, like the college tour, things that would not happen were it not for the board. And so from my perspective, like most things, there's an ebbing and flowing, but I'm focused on the future and the positive and see all the great things that this administration has done, our particular board has done, and it makes me excited to continue in that work.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sandra, what do you think?
I totally agree. It's been an interesting year for our board. We've had a lot of things going on. We've tried to show up in spaces and represent. The board as a whole believes that it is important to represent both in business and in education and advocacy. So we're dogmatic in doing those things. Curtis mentioned us with the 100 Black Men college tour and things like that. As I present my whole self to this community, and I'm not from Aurora, representing for this Black Heritage Board and representing for the Quad County Chamber means that I particularly have a different vantage point of where there are gaps in our African American need and where we can fill those gaps. And so I'm able to kind of marry some of the chamber mission and goals right into the alignment for our community. And I think that's kind of a beautiful thing.
That is. You mentioned the vantage point. Yeah, when you're able to be blessed with a leadership position or to be in a position, on a board or a council or something like that, where you're looking at with that 30,000-foot view,
right?
You can see a whole lot more of what can be done, and then that kind of goes back to how we started this conversation. You see that, like, what I need are dedicated people.
Well
they don't
said.
need a title,
Right. Well said.
So it's having served on 2 boards. I was on the Aurora, so I was on the Veterans Council, but I was also on the Aurora Public Art board too.
Yes, sir.
Or a commission before the pandemic.
Okay.
You're right. I was like, oh, wait a minute. It ain't just that easy to put paint on a wall.
Teach.
Correct.
Oh, wait a minute. Why can't we have, hold on. It's a lot to it. Brother Will, your assessment on the community, your feelings.
Well, not being from Aurora, and just newly migrating here, it's I've been able to see things develop and take off. Right, like there's a number of things that have changed just in the short time that I've been here. For example, that I think they call it the dome.
Yes. Yep.
So the redevelopment of that, right? So it brings new incitement to the community, but it also allows us a new space to be like, hey, let's go to Aurora and hang out.
Right.
So things like that creates more jobs for our youth. We're not like those large cities that are struggling with events for our youth. So we as the board are creating events, and with the city and its development team, they're also creating those playing fields for our kids. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see what Aurora has to offer in the future, and I'm looking forward to being involved in our youth, because without them, eventually we all gonna grow old.
Right.
We're gonna need them to help take us to the next level. So
Absolutely.
looking forward to keeping them under our wing.
Yeah, a lot more than just passing the torch. You gotta give them something to pass.
Teach,
right.
Like, what are you gonna when it's so? I want to talk to you guys about your individual talents and what we are bringing to the board. But I want to say good morning to Pam Bradley. Good morning, dear friend. DJ Suave Smooth. Good morning to you, Angelique Barthel, and Alderwoman Shweta Bade. Good morning to all of you great people as well. Thank you guys for watching us. We'll talk about your individual skills and talents. You are also a member of APD.
I am.
You are with the Light team. You are the Light, like MC Light. I am the Light. Light as a rock. LYTE. Don't let me get started with this.
Don't get us started. Don't get me
That's a good
started.
distinction.
Listen. I wear multiple hats, Curtis. But I am the founder of Light Leaders. I am the co-founder of Light Leaders, but I am also co-founder and CEO of DVA Training Consultants, and I spend a lot of time training nonprofits in our community.
Right. And you guys add so much to it. Which is important for a board. Everybody has a different skill and a talent and needs to represent themselves fully. Absolutely. All right, so the special event coming up, y'all want to do that? Can we sprinkle them? Can we hit them with it? I'm seeing the like buttons. The like buttons going up.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. So as Sandra mentioned, the pageant, it started last year, right? I guess we're going to say our board administration came up with that pageant, and it was a success last year. The kids were greatly involved. Sharonda, she was our past vice chair. She spearheaded it, took it from nothing and made it something, right?
Quickly.
So
Absolutely.
the community got super excited about it, and we hey, we got to keep this going. So tomorrow, we are doing the crowning of 4 young people from the Aurora community to wear that crown of Miss and Mr. Black Aurora. Okay. So we'll be doing the crowning at 6 p.m. at Aurora University.
Okay.
There's a ton of info on it that is on our Facebook page. It's also on the city's Facebook page and the city's website. So we're looking to pack the house. I think we got over 175 people registered right now. 200. See, there we go.
The numbers.
So we still looking to get people in there to fill that house and support our youth. Our youth need our support more now than ever. They're exposed to so much in this world when it comes to social media and the negative outlook on life. So this opportunity that we get to bring positivity, I think it's our responsibility to promote that. So all of you that are watching and listening, I'm charging you with the responsibility to support our youth in every aspect that you can.
Absolutely. Question: how have opportunities changed in the past 5 or 10 years? And I'd like your individual opinions about this. Have opportunities increased? Have they stayed the same? Or have they dissipated and got
Can I ask you, and to perhaps expound a little bit as far as
clarity.
from economic or from a cultural, just kind of where you're thinking?
For youth particularly, for youth, for African American youth, it would apply to all youth, obviously.
Sure,
But you know, with the hats that you guys wear on this council, what you guys know and see, the people that you work with, I know that from what I've seen, it looks like the partnerships with AU is a little bit of a new thing that hasn't been. That's not a 3-year ago thing.
No.
So you know, in that vein, like, what do you guys think? Have opportunities increased? Have they stayed the same? Or?
I think we have seen an increase in opportunities for young African American children. I just think that's true. Right? Just the opportunities that we as a board have created for kids to have, and working with the school districts and making those opportunities come forward. So I would definitely say I've seen an increase.
I would also agree with Ms. Sandra that opportunities have increased, but at the same time, Brother Curtis, I would say that it's still incumbent on all of us, as Brother Will mentioned, to connect the opportunities with the ability to reach those opportunities, because we may create something, but what is the awareness? How do we pull people into those opportunities? Because just because it exists doesn't mean that there's always that connection. Many times you have to grow that connection to make then that opportunity realized for that individual, for that young person. So as much as opportunities have increased, to Brother Will's point, we need people to engage and help us connect young people to those opportunities so that they do not go unfulfilled, and that young people know that there is a place for them.
Right.
Listen, I'm sorry. I just a year ago, like the relationships that you'll talk about, Aurora University, like last year, Aurora University was instrumental in helping us with the pageant. Like, we immediately pulled young people, and all those impressive folks that were around the parameters of the event, all of those kids were pulled and trained from AU, right? Many of them came back the second year to do the exact same thing. So I think that the opportunity to build relationships into some of those networks are starting to happen more often, simply because there is such diverse representation across our board, and we have more of those access points into those spaces where young people can get to those services.
Yeah, see, that's why
Well said.
that is in some of the we've had private conversations now. We didn't, we've talked before the mics came on and all kinds of things. That's what the show exists for. It's people.
Correct.
We've lived for so long with the just base assumption that, well, it's just turn that on and watch it, or just see that and watch it, or it's online, just hit the link. Everybody's not digesting information like that. So you have to be like with Commander Curley, right? Young people are not joining the military these days.
Teach.
There's a lack of many things which will help them gain education, pensions, all types of things that could better their lives. But unless you find ways to engage these people and connect them, we're not going to be able to make that difference. So I appreciate you guys coming on, because like I said with the AU stuff, I started noticing that. I'm looking at it. The media started changing and being more updated, far more relatable. So I've seen on the periphery, I've seen the changes.
Can't wait for you to hear these kids that are going to be crowned tomorrow. Like, they will blow you away. Like, it reminds us to go to our children, to listen to our children. Like, they are representing us.
Absolutely. They have very good ideas.
Peter Aguilera, good morning to you, dear sir. AA Electric is in the house. If you're looking for professional service, call them. Call them. Got to say hi to the people tuning into the show. Jen Ingram, good morning to you as well. Okay, so what's the next 5 or 10 years look like in Aurora for the African American community?
Well, Curtis, I would say just as the mayor and his staff has continued to provide opportunities for everyone to grow, but specifically African Americans to grow. Those developments will continue to happen, right? Like the programming the networking, bringing in those outside organizations to the city to give that. I mean, we're the second largest city in Illinois, right?
Right.
So our kids should have those same opportunities as a kid from Chicago.
Right.
And I think we're starting to see that more and more. So I can only see it progressing more. And I mean, I don't know what y'all. I think it's just gonna keep going. Like the ideas that our board has, to provide. Like for example, right, the 100 Black Man College Fair, right?
Yeah.
Last year we took a busload of kids.
Right.
We wanted those kids to have that opportunity to say, "Hey, I went to the 100 Black Man College Fair, and I met with all these HBCUs." And I was provided the opportunity to be awarded admission on the spot. I was provided the opportunity to go to workshops. I was provided the opportunity to be admitted into these HBCUs. Things that weren't here prior, but because we have a diverse board and everyone's open, I mean, the opportunities are endless.
Right.
So it's just going to keep going.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. I think the exact same way.
Yeah.
I want to shout you guys down.
Go.
Oh no, please. So I was going to say to support and to go along with what Brother Chairman said. I can see in 5 to 10 years the African American Heritage Advisory Board growing additional relationships with the faith-based community, with the social media and the IT infrastructure, with healthcare, such that we can help position our young people, our working class folks as well, to new opportunities, to internships, things that they may not have known or had access to. We can serve as that connecting force, like an umbrella in some cases, but also as that extension cord. And so that's something that I can personally see, and we've talked about in our meetings before. So I'm happy to share that the needs of the community are first and foremost in our conversations, and we appreciate just the trust the community has in us. And then while we're on the topic of Black history and Black excellence, I also want to acknowledge you, Brother Curtis, because I know you represent the city and you definitely have such a wide footprint. We're proud of you as well for how you represent, and so we appreciate that. It needed to be said, so thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I do. I think, Will and I talked on the phone. We've had a lot of just conversations between ourselves here, and it does feel good to live in a city where if you're trying to do something good, there's a spot for you.
Well said.
Hey, good luck, right? Good luck. Maybe, best laid plans won't always work out. However, I'm proud to live in a city where if you got a good idea or something like that, somebody will try to help you do that.
That's a good point.
And I'd like for some other young person maybe someday to look at me just like I looked at Herb Kent.
Absolutely.
Y'all
hear this. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Come intern with the brother. Yeah, exactly.
That was the man who I was like, that's the
cool J.
That's the most upright Black man I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be cool to be that kind of guy.
Exactly.
And the cowboy
Exactly.
And he brother ain't got no hair, so I need that now.
And he spanned generations, to your point. Yep.
Peter Aguilera, thank you for your star, sir. And Saul Olivas, I want to say good morning to you as well. Opportunities for our students. Absolutely. Saul Olivas, District 131, always doing great things for the young people of Aurora. And good morning, Curtis, Quad County African American Chamber, brothers and sisters as well. We are all brothers and sisters in this beautiful city of Aurora. So the time is 9:28. Right now, you guys, we are going to wrap it up for Good Morning Aurora, as we've mentioned before. At 9:30, Buenos Dias Aurora will start. I want to say thank you very much to our guests today, the Aurora African American Heritage Advisory Board. Check out all of their events that they have coming up. You will see their stuff shared here all the time. And also follow the accounts or the board on Facebook as well, and get ready for the crowning of Mr. and Mrs. Black Aurora.
And the kickoff of Juneteenth.
And Juneteenth week.
Juneteenth week.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Juneteenth week.
Thursday, the 13th is the crowning at Aurora University.
Yep.
On the 14th at Phillips Park, the D9 members, shout out to the Noob Show. We'll be out at Phillips Park beginning at 8 a.m. passing out food, partnering with the food pantries. The African American free food. The African American Man of Unity, Ricky Rogers and his crew, will be out at MLK Park on the 15th from 3:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
We got the Youth Summit that's happening on Juneteenth, that Wednesday. We also have the flag raising following that. And the Paramount School of Arts is hosting free workshops from 2 to 5 on the 19th. Contemporary dance, hip hop. So just check those events out. And I mean, the board is out there. So if you see us, just stop and say hello.
Absolutely.
We'll take cards and we'll take help.
That's
All
it.
right, all right. Well done. Hey, and with that, we about to end it, you know. I'm going to get out of here. Be blessed. Be blessed. Take care of yourself and each other.
Imagine what's possible when a city makes an unprecedented investment, a commitment that reshapes a city's landscape forever, that equalizes economic opportunity, elevates education for all, empowers businesses, inspires collaboration between institutions, improves public services, and enhances the lives of every resident. Now, imagine that city is ours. We know it's possible because other cities have done it. Places like Longmont, Colorado, a community that leveraged its investment in municipal electricity and upgraded its substations to create a 17-mile fiber loop, delivering critical connectivity to the city's institutions, organizations, and small businesses, achieving an incredibly high adoption rate. And in Pharr, Texas, a border town of 80,000, voted the least connected city in America, invested in 700 miles of fiber, delivering broadband managed services that are enriching residents' lives. Cities, towns, and regions are stepping up all over America. There is no question that Aurora can and deserves to be America's next great smart city. But it's up to us. We have a responsibility we can't ignore to see everyone living in our city, regardless of economic status, having broadband services that are simple, efficient, safe, and powerful. Imagine children having safe internet access anywhere, never needing to connect outside of a fast food restaurant. Imagine every building in every neighborhood and retail outlet, new and old, modernized, intuitive, secure. Imagine exciting subscribers with the ultimate broadband experience and giving parents control over all of it. Imagine deploying cyberbullying protection that notifies parents throughout Aurora that their kids are being bullied and providing resources to protect them. Imagine a city with first responders seamlessly connected and with safer public spaces. Can you see this smart city? Can you see our future? We do. Aurora is ready for world-class connection that serves our residents, that helps businesses grow and unifies our community. Let's take this opportunity to give all of our residents, businesses, and community organizations the advantages that come with unrivaled broadband infrastructure and services. Let's come together and deliver a world where digital equity creates a city that is smarter, safer, and sustainable for generations to come.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.